Protect yourself at all time. Touch gloves, good luck.
Skye Nicolson is the sister of Jamie Nicholson, a talented ex-Australian Olympian who tragically passed away in a car accident with Skye's other brother, Gavin, 2 years before Skye was born. Though she never met Jamie, she says she feels like boxing has connected them, creating a relationship that did not exist. Jamie Nicholson never got a chance to fight for a world title. Skye gets that chance tonight.
And Sarah Mahfoud looks to play spoiler as she tries to regain a women's title. I mentioned earlier she used to be the IBF champion. Now she's looking for the WBC. Sarah Mahfoud in the gold gloves. They have similar attire. Skye Nicolson in the black gloves. What's going to be the key in this fight, do you think, Clarissa?
I think the key is going to be that Skye needs to stay long and do what she does best. She's a great boxer puncher, so she stays long, make you work on the inside, and then catch you with short uppercuts and those long hooks. That's what she want to do, because Mahfoud, she wants to come on the inside and she wants to just slug it out.
With these 2-minute rounds, you've got no time to waste. 10 rounds, 2 minutes each.
Yeah, jab, and try to get an angle. If you're Nicholson, she's a southpaw with a nice little right hook, straight left hand. She has a nice bounce with it. She fights with a good rhythm, nice bounce on her feet, so she can step back and counter and catch Mahfoud getting overly aggressive.
And Skye studied Mahfoud extensively coming into this fight. She says Mahfoud comes in a little recklessly at times, keeps her chin up. Those are the exchanges she wants to take advantage of.
I thought it was interesting, Chris, when she told me how much footage they've watched of Sarah. She goes, doesn't everybody watch footage of their opponent? I'm like, you'd be shocked. I would say at least half the fighters we interview watch little to no tape of their opponent. What about you, Clarissa?
I watch all type of footage. I watch interviews. I go and
Deep
research
dive.
their family and everything. I do like a deep search.
You're like Chris Hansen from NBC.
I got to know what's going on.
Every
I got to know
nugget.
who you are.
It's a terrible reference.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for the slightly shorter fighter in Mahfoud to break that distance and get under that jab. You got to use upper body movement and, of course, keep that chin down, but it takes footwork. Bend your knees, get smaller.
When they sit down, they feel like they go back to sleep and they want to wake up. So it really depends on the fighter, but I'm definitely one of those ones that sit down.
Round 2, scheduled for 10. This is for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World. We mentioned the rounds earlier. Amanda Serrano said, listen, if I can't fight 12 3-minute rounds, I don't want the belt. WBC said, we've got our own rules. So she gave the belt up. So, Clarissa, I ask you, do you prefer 12 3-minute rounds or 10 2-minute rounds?
I prefer 10 3-minute rounds for all the Women World Championships.
Option C.
I believe that we can work our way up to 12 3-minute rounds. But I respect Serrano for her decision, and I'm glad that she fought 12 3-minute rounds to show that us women can do it. Just everybody can't jump fighting 20 minutes, 36 though.
The quote has spoken.
Great body shot by Nicholson.
Yeah, it was a good shot. Straight left hand to the gut, and that you can alternate that to the chest and the chin. That left hand's gonna do. You can vary that straight left hand. And if Mahfoud gets over aggressive and it comes forward, you can turn it into an uppercut as well. Clever puncher is Nicholson. She's a thinker in there. There it is. See, came around the guard into a slight hook with that left hand. Just an educated left hand by Nicholson.
Southpaw versus Orthodox. In fact, it was the southpaw that beat Sarah, Amanda Serrano. This is her first left-handed opponent since Amanda.
Yeah, Mahfoud showed a lot of guts in that fight. Serrano was going for it, getting really aggressive, and Mahfoud held her own. Keep that bounce on her feet. Stepping in, stepping out.
Yeah, Skye kind of operates like someone that fights off the jab, and she does to an extent, but she's also very accurate with her power shots. That straight left hand is a real weapon for her.
Round 3 scheduled for 10.
Nicholson's not a power puncher. She's a clean puncher. You can get her respect if she lands cleanly. She has good accuracy. in her shots. She doesn't waste punches either.
I was going to say that a lot of women with the 2-minute rounds, Clarissa, you know this, will just come out guns blazing. They don't have a second to spare. But Skye Nicolson is fighting these rounds like they're 5-minute rounds, not 2-minute rounds.
I mean, like, that's just the way that she boxes. Like, she uses her jab. She wants to pick and plant her shots, and she still boxes effective. Like, all the shots that she's landing are effective shots, or she's setting something up. So she's still, you know, winning the rounds, even though she's not throwing a whole bunch of punches, and it's not her style. Like, we should see more of that coming from Mahfoud. Mahfoud hasn't figured out yet how to work her way in or how to get past Nicholson's jab.
And for Mahfoud, a very different type of fight than the Serrano fight. The Serrano fight, she was on her back foot the entire time, effectively playing defense. This fight, she's got to be the aggressor to land shots.
And that's what she's falling into the punches of Nicolson. You can see the mouth bloody on Mahfoud right there, and that's just, you know, because of the left hand and popping that jab. Look, she's stepping back like that. That's going to benefit the taller, rangier fighter in Nicolson. And just a nice energy in her legs, and now she steps back, counters. Good flow, good ebb and flow by Skye Nicolson.
Good left hand by Nicholson.
I'm really impressed watching her live. This is the first time I've called one of her fights, and I'm impressed.
She's always like super calm whenever she fights. I don't think I've ever seen her have a fight where it looked like she was panicking.
Right, and you want to see that with, you know, with champion caliber fighters like
getting on the inside.
Yeah, nearly 4-inch reach advantage for Skye Nicolson, who said she came to Las Vegas when she was 19 years old to watch Floyd Mayweather fight, and she remembers sitting in the crowd thinking, wow, I'd love to come to Vegas and fight for a title myself one day, and here she is.
Manifestation is real.
What are you manifesting right now?
For myself, I just want to continue to win boxing matches, and then my biggest manifestation is become PFL world champ. I do that.
What about Sergio? What about you?
18 red on the roulette.
Skye Nicholson's patient approach has paid dividends so far.
Yeah, without upper body movement and head movement by Mahfoud, you're not going to get past that long jab, long educated jab by Nicholson. And she alternates the speed and the length and then stepping back. Really, really nicely. You could tell why she's a successful Olympian, Nicholson, because of those slight foot feints, the IQ, the jab, and the precision.
Her coach told her to go back to go to the body this round.
Beautiful shot right there, then escapes to the right. That's the exit of the southpaw to her right. Very hard to stop if you don't have a left hook, and Mahfoud is not throwing any hooks to stop her from pivoting to the right.
Great shot selection, as you might say in the NBA, Chris, but in this boxing match as well for Nicholson. No wasted energy.
Yeah, going upstairs, downstairs. I'm impressed with the body work early on. She's landing far more body shots than Mahfoud. Mahfoud might have landed one or two at this point.
Step in left hand for Skye Nicolson. And she's just having a good time in there.
She's feeling herself.
Well, Chris, you told us that Skye wanted her moment to win her titles. How's she doing in her moment so far?
I think she's doing exceptionally well. 4 rounds to none in favor of Skye Nicolson at this point. Just in complete control of the pace of this fight, landing the cleaner shots. Sarah Mahfoud is going to have to change things up in a big way if she wants to get into this fight.
Sergio, how does she change it up?
She needs to get rough in there. She needs to turn southpaw, try to get an angle. Once you do get inside, wrestle around. You know, you got to get on the inside. If you can't get past those long arms, you know, it's always going to be to your detriment.
Yeah, and Sergio, that Mahfoud knows that. Like, she came into this fight believing she was going to have to rough it up. She told us as much at the fighter meetings this week. We just haven't seen that implemented in the ring.
Yeah, because she's worried about the precise counter punching, especially that left hand from Skye Nicolson.
Power punches through round 4. 15 landed for Nicholson, 7 for Mahfoud. And Chris, it was interesting. Skye said, listen, as happy as I am for this opportunity to win a title in Las Vegas, I wanted to be undisputed in my 10th fight. I wanted Amanda Serrano, but she just doesn't want to fight me. Do you think that's the case, that she just doesn't want to fight her, or it's not financially lucrative enough?
I think more the latter. Amanda Serrano is not ducking anyone. Amanda Serrano just has bigger fish to fry namely Katie Taylor, at some point, hopefully in 2024. So it just doesn't make sense for Amanda Serrano right now to fight Skye Nicolson.
You know, look, Mahfoud has the right idea. She's throwing jabs and right hands to the body, but look, right there, she turns southpaw and didn't come over the top with something. So 1 or 2 punches is not going to be enough for Nicolson to get out of range. So throw 2 punches downstairs, and then that's when you start the combinations upstairs, get Nicolson on the back foot.
And now it's Nicolson on a rare foray forward, but it pays dividends.
Seen him since that trilogy-winning fight against Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. I think that fight is going to be electric, though. Juan Francisco Estrada has controlled that division for some time now. Bam Rodriguez, the new kid on the block. The arena is going to be packed in Phoenix. It's going to be a great night.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
It's going to be fireworks, man. I can't wait because Estrada is a great fighter. You know, a multi-division champion. He's fought the absolute best, but Bam Rodriguez is not avoiding anybody. He wants every single legend in front of him. He's taking them down one by one.
Are we looking at perhaps a future legend in Skye Nicolson, 28 years old, unbeaten, and having her way now with Sarah Mahfoud? Are you impressed by what you're seeing, Clarissa?
Absolutely, she's dominating this fight. It seemed like she was getting more in her groove last round. She was coming forward, throwing the hard shots. Mahfoud hasn't. I don't know why her corner hasn't told her that she needs to be circling to the left and circling hard. It's a battle of the feet right now. If her feet stay on the inside, she'll never be able to get to Skye first. So she needs to stay on the outside and work her way in. But she keeps coming back over here to the right, which is putting her right in the fire of Skye Nicholson's left hand.
There's a nice jab, it looked like, that scored for Mahfoud.
Yeah, body shot, though, from Skye Nicolson right before that. She has been really effective with those body shots.
She is having so much fun in there.
One punch I haven't seen from Sarah Nicholson is a right hook. And I think there's an opening for the right hook right there because the left arm of Mahfoud, when she comes in, is low.
Let it go, let it go.
A right hook would be a good addition to Arsenal.
I just wanted a fight like this.
Well, he's got it, and that's our main event still to come right now. You're watching the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World being fought for by Australia's Skye Nicolson and Sarah Mahfoud of Denmark. Nicholson said all of her friends in Australia keep busting her chops because they think she's getting an English accent, and all her English friends say she has a thick Australian accent.
I'm just happy I can understand her when she talks. So I'm happy about.
Well, Chris, how do you have it scored?
Pretty easy fight to score for me. 6 rounds to none in favor of Skye Nicolson, 60 to 54. There have been some decent moments from Sarah Mahfoud, but Skye has just controlled the center of the ring. She has landed the more significant power shots. Just a brilliant boxing performance so far from Skye Nicolson.
Well, Chris, you mentioned one of the faults for Richardson Hitchens is that he doesn't go for the kill. He doesn't try and put his opponents away when maybe he should. We're talking about the patience of Skye Nicolson, how she's picking her shots, how she's fighting a brilliant game plan. Would you like to see her be more aggressive against an opponent that you have her up 6 rounds to none against?
Well, I think it really is dependent on whether or not that opponent looks hurt or looks defeated. I've said that about Hitchens because against Jose Zepeda, I saw a hurt and defeated opponent. The Hitchens had opportunities to step on the gas again. Right now, Mahfoud doesn't look hurt, still looks competitive. Skye's boxing is just the difference in this fight.
Yeah, Skye Nicholson's not going to be looking for the knockout. She's not a knockout puncher. Mahfoud's never been stopped. And she's been in there with one of the hardest punchers in boxing, in female fighting, and that's Amanda Serrano. So sticking and moving, boxing, picking your shots, not getting hit, I think she's looking wonderful.
Oh, good shot.
But just as we say that, she loads up, goes for a big left hand. Well, she had a couple of times. It looks like Skye's having fun there. The entirety of that replay, she had a big smile on her face as she was exchanging.
Oh, good body shot by Nicholson right there.
Hey, boxing's fun, right? Clarissa, you're supposed to smile in there when you're having fun.
I don't be smiling, but I do be having fun, though.
You have fun by making them not smile.
There's the right hook by Skye Nicolson. That's the first time I've seen her sweep away with that right hook. Southpaws need that in their arsenal because anytime they have that left hand and fighters get over aggressive, you just clean it up with that right hook.
I asked Skye Nicolson, how could this fight go badly for her? What does she have to avoid? And she said, listen, Mahfoud is a bit awkward. She can make things tough for me if it gets messy. I've got to keep this a clean fight and fight it the way that I want to dictate the pace. And that's what she's done.
She's done just that. And that's what she's having fun, and that smile's still on her face.
I don't know if she's been hit clean 3 times yet.
Yeah. In preparation for this fight, Mahfoud told me and Chris Mannix 2 days ago she didn't have one single female sparring partner. She was only fighting men in the build-up for this.
That's what a lot of top female fighters do. I'm sure you do too, right, Clarissa?
Yeah, but I also have like male sparring partners that kind of mimic the people I'm getting ready to fight against. So if I fight against somebody tall, I have tall sparring partners, or short, they have like a big punch or something. But just because she's fighting against men doesn't mean that she that she has the proper preparation for the fight, because she needs to be cutting off the ring and figuring out a way to get on the inside with those short arms. She hasn't figured it out yet. We're in round 8.
Well, Skye Nicholson's starting to look like Roy Jones Jr. in there. Hands down by her waist, sticking her tongue out. Have you ever seen a... Only 2 rounds to go. Skye Nicolson fighting out of Australia, looking for her first world title. Sarah Mahfoud trying to get her 2nd world title in the featherweight division. But she's going to have to find a minor miracle here with 3 minutes and 42 seconds to go. That right hand was blocked by Nicolson. Got to be a frustrating feeling, Sergio, for Sarah Mahfoud when your opponent basically laughing at you and putting her hands by her waist the whole time.
Well, whenever you have that much agility and talent, just like Nicolson, she could be doing that. I mean, she has like long arms like a octopus out there, so it's hard to get on the inside. And whenever you have good footwork like that and pivoting away, it's frustrating. I mean, you're on the championship level. This is a former champion in Sarah Mahfoud, and she's being outclassed by a fighter with only nine fights.
Here's the question, Sergio. How does Skye Nicolson match up with Amanda Serrano? Because against Amanda Serrano, it's a very different fight. The punches that Mahfoud is pulling right now, Amanda Serrano is going to let go.
Well, considering Mahfoud was able to last the distance with Serrano, I think Nicolson has a lot better footwork than Mahfoud, and as she boxes on back foot, she has a long jab. I think it'll be a competitive fight, but I'll favor Amanda Serrano with her power and experience.
Well, you heard Nicolson say, listen, Mahfoud won 3 rounds from Amanda Serrano. She won't win a single round against me, and I think she's right.
I think she's right, and you know what? Sometimes that's just as good as a knockout, you know, pitching a shutout.
How do you think she'd match up with Serrano, Clarissa?
I mean, she would have to switch up her style a little bit. Like, I think she should still stay long and still be defensive, but she have to keep her hands up because Amanda Serrano is a very big puncher.
This is the 10th and final round.
Final round here. Skye Nicolson has won most of, if not all of the prior 9 rounds. So Mahfoud, who has 3 career knockouts, needs to say a prayer. Hope she can find something from the gods.
This round, she should just be running forward, punching. She has nothing to lose at this point.
Well, she's trying.
You could see that Nicolson does have pop in her punch. You know, when she throws those shots, those looping shots at Mahfoud, the thump that it makes, she does have a little bit of pop, even though her knockout ratio doesn't show it.
Yeah, and a lot of that comes from the commitment to professional boxing that she made last summer. Prior to last summer, she was really thinking about going back to the amateurs to try to win a gold medal. Last summer rolls around, she says, you know what, forget the amateurs, I am just going to chase world championships in the pro ranks. She changed her strength and conditioning coach. She changed her regimen. She really focused on becoming a professional boxer. And Clarissa, as you know, it is a very different style trying to win the amateurs and trying to win in the pros.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, like, I think her style favors the pros better. She doesn't. I don't think she throws enough punches in order to be Olympic gold medalist or silver medalist, because you have to get more active, and they don't really favor like the outboxing and stuff in the amateurs as much as in the professionals, like when you go by scorecards.
And she's going to have a chance to move up in weight over the years too. I mean, in 2016, when she competed in the amateurs, she was a welterweight back then. She came all the way down to this weight class. So over the next few years, as her career continues, you'll see her climbing weight classes.
Big left hand there from Nicolson, who's having the time of her life.
Oh my God.
There you have it.
After 10 rounds here at the Fountain Blue in Las Vegas, we go to the judges' score totals. Eric Cheek and Patricia Morse-Jarman both scored about 100 to 90. Steve Weisfeld, 99 to 91. All three. For your winner by unanimous decision,